Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, man. As I like to start the video off, always salute to the chat, salute to all the subs, salute to everyone who's been rocking with me. Really appreciate you guys, man. And as you guys see this banner right here on the bottom, I do got a giveaway coming out 500 subs, guys. We will be giving away 2 Raider hats to you guys out there. Really can't wait. But yeah, once again, guys, I really appreciate everyone who's been rocking with me, man. All the support, it really helps, really shows. You know what I mean? Who's really rocking with the channel? You know what I mean? Who's really rocking with Chewy? Um, but yeah, man, huge shout out to all you guys. I really appreciate it. As you guys can tell by the title, man, we're going to be talking about Maxx Crosby, baby. Mad Maxx Crosby, and what he can really do for this team. What I expect him to do this year coming up, what the year he had prior. You know what I mean? And just things like that. Prediction, all we like to talk numbers around here. But yeah, guys, you know what I mean? As we all know, we got Maxx Crosby on our team. I'd say the best D in the league. A lot of people hate me for it, but hey, I'll take him over anybody right now. But yeah, you know what I mean? We got one of the best DNs in the league, guys, when it comes to Maxx Crosby. And I know, you know what I mean, just with the prior years, with the injuries and the team and all that, you know what I mean? Especially last year, guys, we really didn't get to see Maxx Crosby at his full potential. Just due to injuries and shit like that. But real quick, before, you know what I mean, just in case there's anybody new to football, anybody new to the Raiders, or you guys been sleeping under a rock, Maxx Crosby is the defensive end for the Las Vegas Raiders, my team, the nation's team. He is number 98. You know, big white dude, bunch of tattoos, man. He's really a dog out there on the field. Really hard to miss on the field when you're watching a Raider game. But yeah, man, he's a hell of a dog. We all know how much of a piece he is to this team, how much of a chess piece he is to this team. You know what I mean? Without Max, bro, that line right now would not have no energy, especially on the last year, bro. I mean, Max really held it up for everybody. I know Butler went in there and did his thing. You know what I mean? I got high hopes for Butler, man. I think he'll be really great on this team. I think, you know what I mean, he has some years to come with us. But you know, with the Max having a surgery, you know what I mean? As we know, he did miss 5 games last year, guys. And I'm gonna pull up some numbers here, guys, with a couple of big names that I'm gonna compare him to, just because you know that's what we do, man. We just like to compare and contrast on people, just to kind of see what we're gonna get and what he needs to be at and where he falls in line at. You know what I mean? Just to kind of get a realistic opinion on Max. But as we know, guys, he did miss 5 games last year due to a high ankle sprain. It did lead to ended up having to have a surgery. And we did know, guys, that he did have an injury in 2023 as well, you know, which kind of lingered over. And especially with Max, that the kind of motor he has, bro, and how he plays. And I mean, he's a real tough player. But in my honest opinion, I don't think Max should be out there 90% of the time playing due to injuries. You know what I mean? When you got a guy out there playing that much who's just beating his body up every damn day, all day long, you know what I mean? When you got him out here there on the field, you know what I mean? You got to give the guy some rest, bro. You got to give him time to, you know what I mean? Catch a breather, bro. That's where these rotational pieces really come into factor. You know, guys like Lalu, you know, I know, you know, all these rookies that are coming in, Kuntz, you know what I mean? Wilkins, too bad he went out. You know what I mean? Because I thought Wilkins was going to be a really good addition for this team. And, you know what I mean? He still might be. You know what I mean? I know he does have his injury that he's dealing with the boot and all that shit. You know what I mean? Everyone's heard about it if you're a Raider, even outside of Raider community, bro. Like, that's all everyone was talking about. Raiders picking up Wilkins, him not really going out there and doing anything for us. You know what I mean? I believe he played 4 or 5 games last year's, guys, which really, you know what I mean? When you bring a guy in here like that, give him some money, you really expect him to come in here and turn shit around. You really expect him to come in here and set another bar. You really expect him to come in here and lead the new rookies that are coming in, which probably he might be able to do since he's on the motherfucking bench now. That's all he has time to do. But you know what I mean? When you have guys like that on the line, you really expect your D line to be inferior, bro. You expect that to be top notch. So you know what I mean? What I think Crosby is going to do this year is what he does every year, guys. He comes in, he competes, high motor, doesn't quit. You know what I mean? Things like that. Like that's just a given with him. But when it comes down to stats, guys, you know what I mean? He did miss 5 games last year. You know what I mean? So he didn't get to play a full season. And even when he was playing, guys, you got to keep this in mind. He wasn't playing at his full potential. Why? Due to injuries. No one ever plays at full potential due to injuries. If you ever had an ankle injury, bro, which I had, I've snapped my tibia. Dude, it's hard to come back from it, especially like you're always second guessing that leg. I know he didn't have that, but that's just how I was when I broke my leg playing football, man. I was timid on it, bro. I didn't want to put nothing on it, no pressure. and actually stopped playing football right after that, guys. So you know, I mean, I give it to the people who still go out there with injuries and play because I know how it is. And Mad Max, bro, to play with that ankle sprain, bro. I mean, and you're on the line, that's a big thing to worry about. And she didn't. That's what I was talking about, guys. When a rookie head coach will let a guy go in there and play like that with the injuries, you know he has lingering around, and you have him playing 90% of the game. That's a rookie head coach, and you should not be letting a player do that. That's kind of why I was against AP, bro, because he was letting these players just do their thing, and that's what you cannot do when you're a head coach, bro. You got to grab these players by the horns, man, and show them who's boss. You know what I mean? Uh, so that's another subject we could talk about in another video. AP, how a bunch of rah. Who cares about that right now? But I do want to pull up some numbers real quick for you guys. Just like I said, guys, kind of compare and contrast on Crosby. Like I said, some of these names that I am going to be bringing up are big names. You know what I mean, that he is comparable to. But keep in mind, like I said, guys, Crosby only played 12 games last year. And he got 28 solo tackles, 7.5 sacks, 5 pass deflections, 13.5 stuffs. Now, with Crosby being at his full potential, not being injured, he does have a little bit of help on that line, but, he will be missing Wilkins, which, like I said, guys, I don't think Pete will go out there and burn Crosby to the ground like AP did at all, but I do think he's going to be utilized much more with Wilkins being out. So I do expect these numbers to jump a little bit. And when I pull up some of these guys that are down here, you're going to be like, oh, wow, like Crosby got some good numbers. You know what I mean? But yeah, 28 solo tackles, 7.5 sacks, 5 pass deflections, 13.5 stuffs, run stuffs. You know what I mean? So that's a hell of a year right there, honestly. You know what I mean? The sacks probably could have been up there a little more. Like I said, guys, if he did play a full season, he probably could have had 11, 12. You know what I mean? And even the solo tackles would have been up there, 30, 35. Like, you never know. Like, you know what I mean? You just never know how shit pans out. But what I expect Crosby to do this year, guys, with him being at his full potential, with him really going in there with a new regime, new headspace, everything's fresh. Me, honestly, I really expect him to go in there and do a whole lot better. And like I said, guys, especially with Wilkins being out, I do think Crosby is really going to have to lead this team like he's been doing. Nothing new to us. But he's really going to have to really put his foot down and help lead with the youngins rather than just focusing on his job, which, that's why he's a captain, bro, because he does things like that. And that's really good to see when you got a player like that who goes in there and not only looks out for himself, but looks out for his teammates around him. You know what I mean? And Tyree Wilson not being able to learn from a guy like him really shows the lack of knowledge or will or like he has no motor whatsoever to learn Tyree Wilson at all. Get him off the damn team. You know what I mean? But when you got a guy like Crosby in there, man, those are the guys you keep around. Those are the guys you pay because when you got youngins coming in, bro, they want to be like that. So when they could handily learn from Crosby, his moves, his mindset, his diet, all that, you know what I mean? That's all good stuff for those rookies to have. And sometimes the best coach to a rookie is a vet because they're on field with you. You know what I mean? They see what you're going. You know what I mean? It's sometimes you really need a vet in there to really set the tone and help with these rookies out there. So that's really what I expect Crosby to do this year. I expect him to go in there and ball out. I do expect these numbers to be a little higher. I know 13.5 stuffs is pretty damn high. 5 pass deflections is great, honestly, for a DN. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people were doing that with the pass deflections. 13.5 stuffs, guys, is crazy. But I do expect him to go in there and bump these numbers up a bit. But I really want to see him helping out with the youth and bringing them in. You know what I mean? Getting things like setting the edge on that D-line. Like I expect, just like I said, guys, we've been seeing this from him. He's an explosive player. Great guy to watch on the field. That's the only guy we ever want to see on the field, really, when we're watching defense is Crosby out there. Now things have changed. We got new players. There's new shit to see, new things to watch, fresh names in here that we could kind of get to, we got to get to know these guys a little bit better. But like I said, guys, what I expect him to do, go in there, set the edge, be explosive, and teach the rookies. And I do expect these numbers to go up. So, they're going to go. They should go up. With how he works and how he is. But I got two guys I wanted to compare him to, just numbers guys to kind of get you, on where he was at. Keep in mind when I do show you these numbers, Crosby did miss 5 games. Okay, just keep that in mind. So right here, guys, Myles Garrett. Best tight end in the league. I think, as we all know, Garrett got that huge payday there in Cleveland. a hell of a player. But let's look at this. He got 40 solo tackles, 14 sacks, 11 and a half steps, guys. 11 and a half steps are great. 14 sacks. That's where I want to see Crosby at next year. I want to see him up there. Mind you, Myles Garrett did play a full season. So with Crosby missing those 5 games, I could probably see Crosby going about 36 solo tackles, maybe 11 sacks, and I'd keep the pass deflections and steps the same. You know what I mean? So you guys see down there, that's Myles Garrett's. Mind you, Myles Garrett did play 17 games last year, guys, and Maxx Crosby only did get to play 5. So I do expect those numbers to go up. You know what I mean? Especially with all the new pieces we got, Wilkins being out, Crosby is going to have to really go in there and step it up a little bit, just because we are lacking that veteran experience out there. I know we do have Butler and Kuntz, but you know what I mean? That the guy we really expected to come in here and ball out was Wilkins, and we're not seeing that, especially with that pay we gave him. You know what I mean? Like, we really expected him to come in here and do something else. I got one more guy I really wanted to touch up on with you guys real quick. I think he missed about three games last year, 2 games last year. I'm not really too sure. Joey Bosa, guys, hell of a DN, as we all know. Dude's a great player. 17 solo tackles, 5 sacks, and 5 steps. So mind you, the reason why none of these guys have pass deflections on there is because they didn't have any, or else I would have put them up there. So that just shows you how Max's mind works. You know what I mean? He's always trying to beat, even if it's not a sack, a tackle, he's going to try to swat that ball down or do something, you know what I mean, to stop that play for the offense, which is great. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping he rubs off on these youngins for the guys to come up the next years to play. You know what I mean? I hope he rubs off on them. That way we get more guys trying to work like Max is. And when you get guys who work like Max, imagine if the whole team did that. This team would be a superstar team, Super Bowl contending team, if every player went in there and did what Max did and how he worked. Now we do know Max's numbers are greater than Joey's, no doubt. But Joey is a hell of a great DN, and we cannot knock him for that. But I don't think Joey's. I don't know. Maybe because I'm just a Raider fan, bro, and I fucking hate the Chargers. But I just don't think Joey's better than Crosby at all. If I'm wrong, you know what I mean? Hey, I'm wrong. That's just me being a Raider fan. Maybe I just love my boy a little too much, and I hate the Chargers. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. But yeah, guys, like when you get a guy in there like Max, man, I mean, you really hope he goes in there and sets the edge for the team. You know what I mean? And we know what we're getting out of Max. You know what I mean? So now it's time to see. Like, I believe Max is on his 7th or 8th year. I'm not really too sure, guys. But you know what I mean? You know, these DNs, they can't play forever just because the wear and tear they get. They can't play lengthy careers, but they can't play forever. So with Max going into the 7th or 8th year, you know what I mean? I really expect him to start leading the youth that we got, to start bringing the next man up mentality. Hey guys, I'm not going to be able to play forever, but I need one of you guys, you know what I mean, to come in and step up for when I'm gone. Like, we need this team to be great. Things like that. You know what I mean? That's really what I mean. I still expect Crosby to go in there and ball out and do his thing like he always does. Get his tackles, get his sacks, talk his shit, do what he does. But starting with Maxx Crosby, as of now, I want to see him really. I know he's been doing it just because that's the kind of guy he is, but I really want to see the effects that he has on these players when they're on the field. I want to see guys playing on the line like how Maxx Crosby plays, because imagine if everyone played like Maxx Crosby on that line. Guys, imagine how many sacks we could get, how many run stuffs we can get, how many picks we can get thrown just by the pressures on the quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why it's good when you have a guy in there like that, because when you get good players who want to be like Max, they're gonna all compete, bro. They're gonna all be trying to be like him. You know what I mean? Tyree Wilson, obviously, as we know, he hasn't learned a goddamn thing from Maxx Crosby, which is pretty damn sad. You know what I mean? Especially him going to the first round. You really expect guys like that to come in here and turn up, which he hasn't, bro. He's really failed the Raiders. In my opinion, I don't think he has any will or any kind of, like, I feel like he just doesn't want to be here at all. You know, if he did want to be here, he'd be playing. You know, you just see him. He'd be first in. You know what I mean? Like, you got JPJ, bro, pulling up with Maxx Crosby at 5:30, whatever it is in the morning at their training facility, and you have no other DNs there. What the fuck is that about? Why isn't Wilson there? He's a first rounder, bro. Get him in there. He needs to be working his ass off. You know what I mean? Things like that. But yeah, guys, you know what I mean? Like you guys know, man, it's a really slow offseason right now. Not really too much news going on. I kind of just wanted to jump on here real quick and share my ideas on Crosby, just knowing that he is a main factor on that defense of what I think he will do and what I hope to see him do. You know what I mean? I do think he's still going to go in there and pull numbers off. I do think he's going to do that. Like I said, guys, these numbers, I believe these numbers are going to go up. The stuffs and the pass deflections, I really don't know because that's already kind of high on you know what I mean, for what he's doing. But I do expect the tackles to go up, and I do expect the sacks to go up, guys, just based on, like I said, these stats are off a 12-game season. This isn't a full season. But I do think he still will do that. It's just I would love to see Maxx Crosby's. I would love to see the effect he has on field against with the other players that we have. I would love to see how competitive those guys look on the field, how explosive they look on the field, bro. Just imagine if, like I said, guys, imagine if our whole D line was like Crosby. You know what I mean? Imagine if all these guys were going out there every day, balling out, showing up at 5:30, putting 120% in, not giving up on plays. You know what I mean? Just because a play isn't going your way, bro, doesn't mean the play's over, dog. You keep going. You know what I mean? And if we could just get more guys like Maxx in the building, bro, that's what we need. Especially guys, like I said, with Wilkins being out, I do expect Maxx to go in there and have to step up a whole lot more. Like I said, he's been stepping up since he's got here. But, you know what I mean? We really signed Wilkins to come in here and assist him. Well, without that assistance, we're going to rely on rookies and other rotational pieces, Butler, all these other guys to come in here and fill that void, which is hard to do with a player like Wilkins. There's not really too many people that can fill the void for Wilkins, but it is what it is, man. Next man up. You know what I mean? That's just the Raider way, how we've been rocking for quite some time now. But that's all I have for you guys today, man. I really appreciate it. If you guys watch this video, drop a comment, drop a like. If you guys are new to the channel, man, drop a sub. I got a lot of big things coming soon. Like I said, you guys see the banner, man. 500 subs. I will be giving away 2 Raider hats to 2 of you guys. But that's it, Nation. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Everyone have a blessed day. Go Raiders.